Good evening and welcome to the 82nd annual commencement ceremony of Somers High School, the graduation of the class of 2023. Not often a praying man, but I did a lot of praying over the last week, and whoever it is answered our prayers. You could not ask for a more beautiful day. So thank you to whomever. My name is Mark Bayer, and as the proud principal of Somers High School, it is both my honor and privilege to welcome you here tonight to celebrate this outstanding class. To begin our ceremony, I would like to invite our Student Council President, Sarah Valla, to the podium to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And thank you to our symphonic band under the direction of Mr. Terry Reynolds, along with the infamous Cavemen. Soon to be famous. To start tonight's ceremony, there are several people that I would like to recognize who have joined us here tonight. First, to the members of the Board of Education of the Somers Central School District, as well as representatives of our administration. Our board president, Dr. Lindsay Portnoy, Vice President, Ms. Heidi Cambereri, and our trustees, Dr. Yifei Chang, Ms. Mary Rose Joseph, Ms. Amanda Candel, Mr. Nick Mancini, and Mr. Chadwick Olson. Thank you. We are also joined tonight by our town supervisor, Rob Scarano. Thank you for being here. I'd like to recognize our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Raymond Blanche, our Assistant Superintendent for Business, Chris Platania, Directors of Learning, Claire Comerford and Liz Turner, our Director of Human Resources and Student Services, Matt Carr, our Director of Counseling and Student Support and parent, Mr. Philip Kavanaugh, and Director of Special Services and also parent of the class of 2023, Ms. Stacy L. Connon, as well as my administrative colleagues at the high school who are seated behind me, Assistant Principal Pete Rodriguez, Assistant Principal Karime Flores, and Director of Athletics, Mark Haddam. Thank you for all that you do to support our students, and particularly for all you've done for the class of 2023. And now there are a few individuals I would like to thank for helping make tonight possible. To Mike O'Keefe, Carl Bleckner, and our entire custodial and maintenance crews, thank you for all the work you have done over the past month to help support the various end-of-year celebrations for our seniors, moving the class of 2023 light-up signs everywhere they could possibly go, as well as everything you did to make this ceremony look as beautiful as it did. Thank you. While today is a celebration of the culmination of a 13-year educational experience, we remind ourselves that our students graduate today not just from Somers High School, but from Primrose, S.H.S, and S.M.S as well. At this point, I would like to thank and recognize all the educators who have made a significant contribution to the academic and personal lives of our graduates, and thank the members of our faculty and staff who are here today to celebrate. Thank you. I would be remiss if I did not recognize some special individuals from the high school who will be retiring, and I guess we could say graduating also, from Somers High School. They have been here for many, many years, and we know that they will sort of be missed, so I'd like to recognize and congratulate these distinguished members of the class of 2023, Miss Barbara White, Mr. Michael McDonald, Mr. Damus Boyer, and Miss Christine Drysdale. Congratulations and good luck in your next chapter of your lives. On behalf of the entire graduating class, I would like to take this moment to thank their class advisors, Miss Melissa Woolsey and Miss Eileen Cawley, who have given so much of themselves over the past 4 years. Their dedication to this class has been outstanding, and I know I speak for all of our graduates tonight when I say thank you for being awesome class advisors. And another thank you to our PTSA and all the members of our class of 2023 parent committee for all that they have done to help make the last 4 years special, with a special shout out to the chairs of the parent committee, Karen Moret, Jessica Bernhardt, and Jen Izimi. And as a plug and a reminder, the PTSA is hosting a reception and tent with snacks for the end of the reception, or at the end of the ceremony, sorry, over to my right, your left. To all of our parents that are here tonight and guardians, thank you for sharing your sons and daughters with us over the last 4 years, for entrusting us with your most precious cargo, and for raising such incredible young men and women. Tonight is a celebration of you as well, so congratulations and thank you. And lastly, I would like to especially thank my assistant, Stacy DePasquale, for all the endless hours she has put into making sure that every last detail, including printing out, thank God we didn't need them, tickets if we had to move inside. Stacy, your efforts have been outstanding, and we are very lucky to have you here in Somers. And to all those that helped her along the way, Veronica McGrath, Beth Agashi, Missy Weiss, Susan Gambelli, Terry Kaminsky, and Teresa Pellegrino, as well as our team of monitors, TAs, and other staff who helped out along the way with anything and everything that was needed. Thank you. And now, to get us started, I would like to invite to the podium our board president, Dr. Lindsay Portnoy.
Thank you, Mr. Bayer. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty and staff members, fellow trustees, proud parents, family members, loved ones, and the exceptional graduating class of 2023, it is an honor and a privilege to address you on behalf of your Board of Education as we gather to celebrate this momentous occasion. Graduates, with your permission, I'd like to give you one final formative assessment. Don't worry, there will not be any grades. If you would be so kind as to take a moment right now and think about, or perhaps find someone beside you or in the audience in front of you, and meet eyes with someone whose unwavering support has been instrumental in your journey to this day. Graduate, educators, loved ones, your impact is profound. As I thought about your commencement and what I might share with you today, I thought of this interconnected community that brought you here, the eyes you met just a moment ago. And it reminded me of a parable, the parable of the raft. The raft parable recounts a traveler who reaches a mighty river that they must cross in order to continue along their journey. The traveler works hard to construct a sturdy raft and successfully crosses the river. But once safely across, they face a decision: carry the extra weight of the raft or let it go. With gratitude, they release the raft, allowing it to drift downstream with the aid the next weary wanderer in need. This parable resonated with me as I thought of each of you and the hard work in building your own rafts of wisdom to arrive at this day. But it also highlights the transformative power of learning with others, the oftentimes courage then to let go, and how that courage opens doors for you to new adventures ahead. Referring to our human rafts of knowledge, I recall the longest ever study on human happiness that recently made headlines and continues to make headlines, spanning over 8 decades and encompassing the lives and experiences of thousands of individuals across their lifespan. And it revealed that the single most significant predictor of lifelong happiness, you guessed it, relationships. Those very eyes that you sought just moments ago. According to the study's author, relationships are, quote, intrinsic to everything we do and everything we are. The key to lifelong happiness lies not in personal achievements or material possessions, but in our relationships and connections with others. So graduates of Somers Central School District's class of 2023, as you embark on this exciting new chapter, please remember the parable of the raft and the power of human connection. Please take a moment to think about the people whose eyes you met just moments ago, or the one who has been your rock through this journey. Please treasure that relationship and embrace the opportunity to multiply this gift as you embark on your exciting future. I urge you, instead of collecting accomplishments as mere tokens on a shelf, to embrace a different kind of collection. Collect connection, ask questions, build a better world. Let the bonds you forge be the pillars that hold you up through life's challenges and triumphs, building stronger relationships and a more just world for all of us. No pressure. So, like the traveler releasing the raft, commencement really marks your turn to share your raft of knowledge, experiences, and insights with others. By embracing the art of learning from rafts of others, you become architects of stronger relationships, deeper knowledge, and a world that's frankly a little more awesome. So on behalf of your Board of Education, I wholeheartedly congratulate you on this remarkable achievement. May your journey forward be filled with meaningful connections, an abundance of laughter, and an unwavering commitment to make each day better than the last. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Dr. Portnoy. At this point, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the first of our salutatorians for the class of 2023, Kaylee Pico.
Hello, and welcome to our teachers, administration, Somers Board of Education, friends, family, and the class of 2023. I also welcome my mom, dad, brother, sisters, and the rest of my family here with me today. I would not be here without all of you. It is my great honor to be the co-salutatorian of this incredible class. Learning alongside those who I've known for the last 5 years has been a privilege. However, this accolade and what it stands for will not come close to being the only thing I remember about my time here at Somers High School. I think I can speak for all of us, students, parents, and faculty, when I say that the last months of the school year are a time of great change. Change, ironically, is constant, and though it at times may be scary, the very word filled with notions of the unknown, it is the single most important tool in our growth as human beings. Tonight, I hope to share with you what change means to me. For the first 11 years of my life, I relied on my grandpa to instill bravery in myself, in everything from my first youth soccer game to just ordering pancakes at the diner. This inspiration came from his work in law, the days I would spend in his red colonial office, sinking leather couch, listening and absorbing as he filed documents, vigorously wrote, and read like there was no tomorrow, fostering a drive that would carry me through fundamental years of education. He stressed that books are the reason he got where he was, and I did not take that lightly. Trust me, you can ask my dad, who once caught 10-year-old Kaylee hiding during a Christmas party, reading Harry Potter in a bathroom cabinet. Whether it was reading a novel, a biography, or even a script, my reliance on my grandpa's inspiration to fearlessly go after what I deserved propelled me through grade school and developed my love of reading. But therein lies the problem. I was relying on my grandfather as a source of my own bravery. This reliance became a constant, and change became something that felt foreign. I never faced the idea that one day things would, well, change. I experienced that change when my grandpa passed and I came to Somers in the beginning of 8th grade. And we experienced this change firsthand when we first walked through the front doors of this high school on September 4th, 2019. Wow, that sounds like a long time ago now, doesn't it? And began our S.H.S careers. Throughout our 4 years, each and every one of us underwent change, no matter how seemingly small, every single day. This place has molded us from the people we once were to the people we now are, and encourages us to keep pursuing who we aspire to be. Graduates, we are about to enter a world filled with change, and that can be daunting as we are compelled to confront our fears and step into the unknown. We may fear failure, uncertainty, or rejection, yet aren't these feelings and emotions that we've already encountered? Yes. We have spent the last weeks of high school undergoing a series of accolades and dinners and ceremonies, honoring and acknowledging our achievements throughout our secondary education, and rightfully so. But I'm here to remind you of another, perhaps just as critical thing we all experienced in high school: failure. I would argue that our failures at S.H.S are just as important as our successes, because it is precisely in these moments that we found our greatest strengths and we grew as individuals. I have learned to love failure, not because of what it is, but because of what it compels me to be. After all, I can honestly say I don't think I would be up here talking to you today if I did not fail my first chemistry test in sophomore year. Now, I know what you're thinking, and if I tried telling that to my 15-year-old self, I think she would just continue on her emotional tirade, convinced her life was over because of a single number on a single packet of paper. Yet, if I had not failed that first test, I may have never been compelled to change. Adapting my style of learning to the requirements of the class, going to office hours, and even calling my co-salutatorian multiple times a week, politely but desperately asking for yet another explanation of stoichiometry. I'm sure you've all had experiences like this at your time at Somers High School. But rather than dwell on the failure itself, I want you to think about what happened afterwards. What change did this failure spark in you? This is why change has been so important at our time here at S.H.S. It has brought us out of our comfort zones and compelled us to try new things, whether that be joining a new club, trying out for a new sport, embarking on independent research, or committing the final 2 years of your high school experience to a completely different style of learning. Miss Scanlon, I'm looking at you. Never before would I have thought to dive so deeply into questions like, but how do we know the sky is blue? Or written a 4,000-word essay about a historical figure I couldn't even tell you the name of 2 years ago. Sophie Frederique Auguste von Anhalt Zerbst Dornberg. It rolls great off the tongue, right? For my sake and for yours, I'll refer to her as Catherine the Great. Now, if you want to learn from someone who really embraced change, look no further than Miss Cathy, who usurped her own husband to become Empress of Russia in her own right, all to bring forward her own ideas of change and the Enlightenment. Now, I'm not asking you to overthrow a monarchy or begin your own philosophical movement, but I also won't stop you. I'm just asking you to consider the idea that for literally all of humanity, people have undergone change. Will you stand by and let it swallow you whole, or be the one to ignite it? Graduates, let us embrace our next chapter with open hearts and open minds. Let us travel into that unknown, expecting and excited for both our successes and our failures, ready to make an impact in this world. As we say our farewells to Somers High School, let us carry not only our memories and our friendships, but our lessons of change. From the incredibly wise words of Adina Menzel and Kirsten Chenoweth, who can say if we've been changed for the better? I do believe we have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, class of 2023, I have been changed for good. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. And next, to address the class of 2023 and our guests, is our co-salutatorian, Andrew Titello.
Hello. Oh, listen to that echo. That's awesome. Okay. Hello, everybody. I would say that I'm nervous to be up here, but I've been on stage in my boxers before. Thank you, Mr. Russo, for that, on that very stage in there. Kaylee's a very tough act to follow. I'm honored to be her co-salutatorian. She's extremely bright, and her speech was great, and it's still here, so I'm just going to read hers again. We have to share. We're co-salutatorians, after all. This is payback for all that chemistry homework. Nevertheless, there are a lot of you here, and I wholeheartedly appreciate the fact that I'm allowed a few minutes to share with you something that I think is important. That being said, it's extremely important that you all go home and listen to Ben Folds 5's second album, okay? But really, a speech at this podium on this occasion entails a message of gravitas and profundity, and it is my hope to impart a piece of wisdom that holds a lifetime of significance for you all. But I don't have one. It's all right, though. If another kid was up here saying that they had something that profound to share, I wouldn't believe them either. Obviously, things are going to change for our class soon, one being how we learn. Many of us will still have teachers and be in classrooms, but we'll also be new students of the world at large. Our parents tried to instill in us some lessons that they learned through their years of experience, although we weren't always receptive to those lessons. When my father lifted me above his head and threw me into the swimming pool, I didn't focus on what he was trying to teach me. I focused on the discomfort and the chlorine in my eyes and the water in my nose. But now, thanks to him, I'm ready for the deep end, ready to swim on my own, so to speak. So perhaps I don't have any groundbreaking wisdom for you right now, but come back in a couple of decades when I've swum in the deep end a little bit. But at this crucial turning point, I have begun to reflect on my upbringing and how my parents have set me up to learn for the rest of my life. And I really could not have asked for better. So give my parents a round of applause, and yours, again, for the 100th time. I'm a musician, so it's a force of habit to milk for applause like that. I have my father to thank for so much, really. One thing being my taste, which really means how much of a dork I am. We watched a lot of Star Trek together. And as a child, whether I knew it or not, I was absorbing the lessons that I was exposed to on Star Trek. Which sounds kind of weird because on the surface, the show is all Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra and the Klingons. But through Captain Picard, I was learning about real things like perseverance and understanding and the human condition. My dad also gave me a great affinity for music and the rotting antique known as rock guitar. He showed me the Doors and Radiohead and all of his favorite bands, and I grew up on the Beatles too, and they had messages in their songs, one of them being, "I'm the walrus, goo goo ka-choo." But they also said to let it be, which is something that I often need to hear in times of trouble. So the point is that as children, we absorbed the wisdom that was handed us, from our parents looking out for us, or from artists driven by a vision and a message to impart. And from these lessons, we piece together an understanding of the world around us. But now we're transitioning to the part of our lives where we go out and find the real meaning of those messages and develop some wisdom of our own through experiences and mistakes and traveling and mistakes and friends and more mistakes. And you can likely have a fulfilling existence doing just that, living and learning. But perhaps the graduating class of 2023 will seek something beyond that, the elusive greatness. But what is greatness? It's a lofty concept, to be sure. I'm pretty sure how it worked in the olden days is you just killed a bunch of people and conquered their villages, and then you got the great added to your name. Simpler times. But really, I think greatness isn't so hard to achieve. Once you've accrued some wisdom from your worldly travels and swum in the deep end a little bit, you're already halfway there. The greatness comes from sharing your experiences and wisdom and convictions with other people. Perhaps someone in this class will create their own Star Trek, or their own Let It Be, or raise children of their own and instill their morals in them. But again, come back in a couple of decades, and maybe I'll have changed my definition of greatness. I'll have taken some philosophy classes or joined a commune or something in Missouri, maybe. So looking forward to the future, I aspire to be successful, and I aspire to have fun and meet new people and broaden my horizons and improve myself. But I also aspire to be great, and I hope that you all do too. You certainly have the talent and the drive and the fire and all of the opportunities that you could ask for. Not for nothing, we powered through COVID and came back stronger than ever, winning championships, putting on productions, and excelling in every way. So give yourselves a billionth round of applause because you really deserve it. Now, all of you go out and be great. I'd like to close my speech with a final bit of wisdom from my father's favorite band, the Moody Blues. It's a deep cut. Ironically, the phrase is found on the album's first track, titled In the Beginning, but they say every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, or something like that. So the verse is as follows. There you go, man. Keep as cool as you can. Face piles of trials with smiles. It riles them to believe that you perceive the web they weave. And keep on thinking free. Thank you, faculty, thank you, parents, and thank you, class of 2023.
Andrew. Your future's bright. You might need those. Oh, the older people in the crowd got that. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the senior members of our concert choir under the direction of Mr. Chris Russo, who will be performing along with our orchestra, who will be performing the second number under the direction of Mike Mano. Thank you to our choir and our orchestra for an outstanding performance. While they're making their way back to their seats, I do want to do an additional thank you, particularly to Katona Nursery for all of the amazing floral decorations that were all donated for us to use for our ceremony. And I have two special people that I want to thank, Michelle Antonecchia and Brenda Cairns, for spending all day here today helping to arrange that with their team of volunteers. Thank you for your efforts. Okay, at this time, our next student speaker is our valedictorian for the class of 2023, Zoe Gutherman.
Good afternoon, class of 2023, and all of our supporters, from teachers to administration to the Somers Board of Education and to our parents. Thank you for your assistance the past 13 years, for we would not be this accomplished group of individuals if not for all of you. Specifically, I'd like to thank my parents, who have done everything and more to set me up for my success. But as we leave this community, we face uncertainties unlike anything we've experienced before. Not only will we be scattered around new places, but it's 2023, and the changes we see in society can no longer be considered on the scale of a year. Even a month is too long a time period. No, the changes we witness today require observing our world through the lens of a week or even a day. For example, almost no one sitting here had heard of ChatGPT one day 6 months ago. And a mere 5 days later, people were talking about the potential for radical change on human consciousness wrought by AI chatbots. So, has our K-12 experience prepared us given this rapid and unpredictable change? I've pondered my own preparedness all year, and I believe I have the answers. Okay, maybe only some. After all, as Andrew said, we're only 18 years old. First of all, we were primarily here to learn, and learn we did, whether it felt like it or not. The days, weeks, months may have felt like homogeneous ebbs and flows of work that we struggled through together with old friends, shout out to Olivia Bielsi, Kira McMahon, and Ella Ponteria, and new ones. I see you, Emily, now. But let's look at this from a different angle. We went from class to class every 55 minutes and adjusted to a new teaching style during 3-minute passing periods. We became skilled in meeting our teachers' many challenges, and such adaptation is vital to our success as contributing members of society. And we've been developing this skill the entire time. Who knew? Now, outside the classroom, all or most of us have elected to participate in clubs, sports, music, theater, or some combination of the above. This is where many of us may feel we became best prepared for what is to come. We've had athletic state champions, numerous new clubs formed, and very successful concerts and drama productions put on despite challenges posed by COVID-19. For me, the tennis team was the pursuit of a known passion. Still, it was filled with new experiences and people like Natalia Telez that I would not trade for the world. But if change is typically uncomfortable, then why do we feel so comfortable when participating in these activities? Perhaps we like to be good at something. Perhaps we enjoy interacting with others. Perhaps it's because we found something to be truly passionate about. Think it over for a second, fellow graduates. From where does your dedication stem? Use that answer to help you find joy as we embark on a new chapter. Our interactions are what matter, though, which brings us to a potential answer number 3. I believe looking back on our shared experiences could offer a hint. We've had the unique experience of going through 13 years of our lives together, sharing moments and memories. Remember our second grade jobs as part of We Deliver? Or raising crayfish in the 3rd grade. I'm still upset. Mine died the day I brought it home. What about town meetings? They were cramped and boring, but at least they weren't class. Personally, one of my most vivid memories concerns the rainbow parachutes in gym class. Not only did all of us have to work together in sync to ensure the bubble effect was achieved, but it felt like a special moment when time outside the bubble stood still. Everything would eventually go back to normal afterwards, but it was as if everyone was so mesmerized by that experience that we were unified despite our differences, showing the power of that moment. Actually, let's take a few seconds to ingrain this moment in our minds, the last moment that we're all together. Look around and think about the ways you feel connected to the people here today. What memories helped forge those bonds? Why are those memories particularly important? I encourage you in the here and now to recognize and feel the unity among our graduating class. Moments like these, like right now, cannot be replaced nor recreated. And this sustains our humanity. If you've not noticed, I've done a rather poor job of answering the question of how our K-12 experience prepared us in the face of change. Of course, I don't have the answer, and I think we all know why. We may have learned from our parents, and we've lived long enough to know that none of us are fully prepared for life's unexpected challenges. Some will be difficult twists, and some will be delightful surprises. And what we do know is that we will continue to form meaningful memories that arise in the wake of our learning, in the pursuit of our passions, and in the shared experiences with others. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all of our shared experiences over the years, class of 2023, and I believe that we will all find we are prepared for what lies ahead, as long as we remember the significance of these mutual bonds. Congratulations on making it this far, and thank you.
Thank you, Zoe. Please join me now in welcoming the Superintendent of the Somers Central School District, Dr. Raymond Blanche, to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Bear. Board of Education, faculty, parents, family members, and most importantly, S.H.S. graduates. It's an honor to be here to celebrate with you today, such a wonderful occasion. I'd first like to address the parents and the grandparents in the audience and all of those who have mentored these young adults seated before us today. We've guided these graduates with love, care, and compassion. We supported them through times of adversity, and we cheered them on in moments of joy. Together, we have prepared these young adults so they can confidently take that next step on the journey of their life. In class of 2023, over the last 4 years, you have stretched your mind, body, and spirit, and stayed the course. You have participated in athletics, band, theater, choir, and a whole other variety of opportunities. You've been a member of a social club, peer leader, or maybe in the National Honor Society. Just 4 years ago, you went to the high school as young teenagers, and today you're leaving as young adults from the high school. 4 years ago, I had an opportunity to congratulate you as 8th grade children coming here. And now I have a chance to get you on the next step of your journey. And so today you'll be closing the door on this facet of your lives. And as you walk across the stage in just a few moments and accept your diploma, you will no longer be high school seniors, but young adults ready to begin new travels. Whether you move across the country, you join the workforce, or head into college, the future awaits you. So as you begin the next part of your life, I wanted to share some hopes I have for you. I have a connection with this class just a little bit. The first year they became Tuskers, just over there as Primrose Elementary School, is my first year as a Tusker here too. So this is truly my first graduating class of kindergartners, so special connection I have with this group. One of the things you heard a little bit earlier about some pieces that, again, we don't have an opportunity to really connect before these thoughts and ideas we like to leave with our families and with our children. But this idea about letting go of what comes in our lives, because sometimes it can be burdensome. Certainly a valuable lesson. The idea about change is the one constant in our lives, and of any group I think of recently, we would know that in a matter of a day. On March 13th, 2020, we closed our schools down overnight and talk about how do you handle the change after that. Belongingness, true belongingness, not just I'm fitting in here, but I belong. I belong with this group of individuals. I belong in this school district. I belong with my neighbors. I belong with my friends. These are life lessons that we certainly do not want to forget. Learning and learning together and loving to learn. And this idea about moving forward with that in mind will prepare you for the things that come your way, because quite frankly, we don't know what's coming next exactly. Hopefully we are best prepared as we can. And we heard many of our young adults today speak about how they do have a sense of preparedness and they're not so worried about what's going to exactly happen tomorrow, because whatever comes their way, they feel prepared to address. So had lots of music today, lots of songs, and I'd like to share with you a song sung by Leanne Womack. Expresses my hope for graduates today. A little nervous here because if you've been to one of these before, the speaker after me has a tendency to sing and things like that. So he was tapping his foot back here and everybody else is singing. So I'm getting a little nervous that Mr. Bear is going to come up and he's going to kind of pull up something on us. So we'll see. But I'm not going to sing this, I'm just going to read it. So I hope you never lose the sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. And when you get the choice to sit out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but those are worth taking. And loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above one long look and not just a passing glance. And when you get the choice, again, to sit out or dance, I hope you dance. Graduates, as you continue your life journey, never, ever underestimate all that can be learned from those you meet along the way and those experiences that you are afforded. Please know the world needs you, your leadership. Frankly, I would say now more than ever. Each one of you can, and I believe will, make a difference. So as you leave Somers High School, keep your head high, your mind open, always give your best, and most importantly, I hope you dance. Congratulations, class of 2023.
You'll be surprised when I start dancing instead of singing. To the class of 2023, it is now my turn to say a few words, and I'll share a little secret. I've been agonizing what I would say tonight for the past few months, and each time I thought I had a clue as to what I wanted to say, the words would just come up short. Recognizing the enormity of the task that lay before me, I began to think about how I could effectively honor such an amazing group of students. A group of youngsters who have touched my life so deeply and who have been a source of inspiration for me over the past 4 years. So after thinking long and hard about how I would honor you, my seniors, in our final moments together, I thought I would just keep it simple and to the point. You are an awesome bunch of individuals, and as I look out tonight among you, right now, you all look exactly the same. The exact same robes and matching mortarboards, the exact same class of 2023 stole wrapped around your neck. Yes, that is a stole that's wrapped around your neck. If you didn't know that word before tonight, you now leave here knowing that's what a stole is. And while you might all look the same, the truth is that each of you is unique and special in your own way, with your own talents or skills that you have shared with us over your last 4 years. And I'm confident that each of you is ready to start the next chapter of your journey, a path that is distinctly your own and which no two of you share. So pondering all that you've learned and done here in your time at Somers High School, I began to think about some very simple lessons that you learned here in our very classrooms. So allow me a moment to go back into the classroom and be your teacher. Today's lesson is entitled, What I Learned in Somers, and yes, there is a test or an assessment. It's called life, so pay attention, put away your cell phones, and no, you may not leave to use the restroom. The first lesson comes from Newton's first law of motion, which states that an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted on by an outside force. Nope, I'm not referring to the dance floor at prom a few weeks ago, although I was quite impressed with the dance moves of Zane Murphy and Ryan Eade. And I have to admit, I still don't know what the heck I'm going to do with the mozzarella, but I digress. That was supposed to be funnier. Not to the parents. They have no idea what we're talking about. So what does this have to do with graduation? What Newton tells us is that we are all objects in motion, and as such, we will keep moving whether we like it or not. Graduation from high school represents this very notion that despite your efforts to try and stop things or slow them down, in this moment, forever, moving forward is the natural tendency of all objects or people. And so you should embrace the fact that, as scary as it might be to leave your homes, to leave your family and friends, you will all grow and learn from the experiences that lie ahead. The third of Newton's laws tells us that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. In this case, just as you, the class of 2023, are ready to make your departure from Somers High School, a new group of students, as young and innocent as you once were, is ready to take its place as the youngest members of the class of 2027. This probably also relates to homeostasis, but for tonight, I stick to physics. Newton's second law tells us that the relationship between an object's mass m, its acceleration a, and the applied force F is given by the formula F equals ma. And all I could think about this one was all the force it took to stop Ravi Das as he was making the run to the end zone. In math, we all learned two significant principles that I think apply to you in this moment. The first is that any 2 points determine a straight line, and the second is that the whole is equal to the sum of its parts. For the purposes of my lesson today, I'm going to tweak the second one and say that the whole is always greater than the sum of its parts. Together, these two principles tell us that anytime you meet another individual along your path, think of it as an opportunity to connect and to remember that the more connections that you make with those around you, the stronger the group is compared to its individual members. So yes, you are each unique and special, but do not ever let your individuality allow you to believe that you are better than any one other person. That is the definition of humility. And in math and science, we have also learned, along with many other subjects, that the only real constant is change. And while Kaylee and some of our other speakers tonight covered that pretty well, I'll just say that over your 4 years of high school, you have definitely seen a lot of change. From a freshman year cut short by a global pandemic, to your sophomore and junior years being drastically different than any other school experience, to having a different schedule pretty much each of your 4 years of high school, you have accepted these changes and showed that you are and will remain resilient. And in social studies, Winston Churchill reminds us that history always repeats itself if we fail to learn from it. As you get ready to leave us today, graduates, please always remember that when you make mistakes, and trust me, you will make mistakes from time to time, the lessons you learn from those mistakes are way greater than the acts themselves. So when you make a mistake at some point in life, don't try to cover it up or make excuses for it. Own up to it and think about what lesson you can take away from that experience so that you are never destined to repeat it again. Mistakes are part of learning, and we all make them in our personal lives as well as our professional lives. Never be too proud to say you're sorry. And lastly, in biology, we learn you've got to have roots before you can grow branches. Your last 17 or 18 years have been spent putting down those roots and making sure that they are solid. With your parents, your teachers, friends, and family members, those roots have been nourished over time. But now, you are ready to go out and grow branches, to take what you've learned about life, yourself, and others, and do great things. And I know, class of 2023, that you will do great things. I could go on, but our 55 minutes are up and your lessons here at Somers High School have come to an end. Oh wait, one last lesson comes from English, and here I will quote William Shakespeare who said it best, when he said, "Parting is such sweet sorrow." To my seniors, I say thank you for being my teacher over the past 4 years, for lighting my day each and every day, and for making me proud to be your principal. I do have one more lesson. This one comes from the performing arts that teaches us that we all should take risks, just as our amazing actors, singers, and musicians have done over the past 4 years. They have given me the courage to do what I'm about to do next. This moment you've all been waiting for or dreading. And at this point, I'd like to call up a few of my friends: Caitlin Stellwagen, Colleen Soriano, Becca Jandrasitz, Ali Puerto, Joanna Orchik, Andrew Tatella, and Jake Mohan. For those of you that might be new to a Somers graduation, I just want to reassure you, I'm not delusional. I do not think I have a good voice. Be that as it may, this has become sort of a tradition. And as I tried to get away from it, it just would not go away. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. "4 long years ago, when I became your principal, as you walked through our high school's doors, and year by year you've learned and grown, through laughter, tears, and moments shown, through a journey you had never had before. In 4 years you have made us proud. At all our games you cheered so loud. Football team went to states. Tusker Nation is so great. And in my heart you're all number one. At senior sunset there was no sun, plenty of smoke. And now you're leaving, it's been fun. 4 years, and now you're done. So bye-bye, class of 23. Drove your car into the senior lot, and now you are free. Your future is so bright, it's a guarantee. You're a talented bunch, it's clear to see. A talented bunch so dear to me. Freshmen young and full of dreams, walking through halls filled with endless dreams. And did your teachers help you grow? Apple picking, ice skating, homecoming too. It's clear to us just how much you grew. You've done so much, and now it's time to go. Well, you've had moments both bright and dim, through coasters, dodgeball in the gym. You all kicked off your shoes. At prom you danced to the rhythm and blues. Here you are, senior lawn signs in your truck. With primrose carnations, teachers wished you luck. Your senior prank did run amok. 4 years, and now you're done. And now I'm singing bye bye, class of 23. Drove your car into the senior lot and now you are free. Your future is so bright, it's a guarantee. You're a turn to see. Oops. A talented bunch so dear to me. Now it's time to spread your wings. You'll go on to do great things. Selfishly, I wish you'd stay. Gone down to Bobo's just once more, where we'd seen each other years before. But the man there said the seniors went away. And as we gather one last time, we reflect on memories etched in our minds. But not a word was spoken. The PA system, it was broken. And to our seniors I admire most, about so much we all can boast. To all of you we've grown so close for years, and now you're done. So bye bye, class of 23. Drive your car out of the senior lot, 'cause now you are free. Your future is so bright, it's a guarantee. You're a talented bunch, it's clear to see. A talented bunch so dear to me. Teachers! And they were singing, bye bye, class of 23. Drive your car out of the senior lot, 'cause now you are free. Your future is so bright, it's a guarantee. Bunch is clear to see. A talented bunch so dear to me. Thank you. I think I went into the right profession, but the fact that it's now become about singing is was not supposed to happen. So, I would at this point like to invite to the podium Dr. Blanche and Dr. Portnoy, who will do the declaration of our graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Bear. I had that piece about hope. I think we were all hoping that would stop a little earlier, but it was okay. So, yeah. So, Dr. Portnoy, as a superintendent of Somers Central School District, I hereby certify that these young adults have met the requirements for graduation from Somers High School, as set forth by the Commissioner of Education of the great state of New York.
Dr. Blanche, as president of the Somers Board of Education, it gives me great pleasure to declare these fine young adults as graduates of the Somers High School class of 2023. Congratulations.
And now, without further ado, I present to you for graduation from Somers High School the class of 2023. I remind all of our parents and friends here tonight that we do have a professional photographer and videographer who is capturing the entire graduation, so we ask you to please not come forward and block the view of others as your children are receiving their diplomas. For various reasons, there are members of the class of 2023 who could not be with us here today. They have, however, earned their diplomas, and I will be reading their names as they appear in the program. And at this point, we'd ask our first row to please come up. All right, here we go. Zoe Gutherman. Kaylee Elizabeth Pico. Andrew Tatella. Lexi Fay. Maya Shirakura. Victoria Olson. Annika Rao. Phoebe Antonini. Sarah Valla. Colleen Soriano. Corey Hametz. Sean Kim. Nicholas Morantonio. Alexander Sanchez. Jay Seabolt. Jet Safko. Ariel Zajcik. Alexis Akjar. Abigail Abatacola. Marissa Abramson. Michael Abrenica. Jaden Lou Abreu. Andrew E. Acosta. Abresha Idiamai. Alex Aguilar. Anthony Altieri. Michael Amante. Michael Aquilino III. Jillian Arena. Bailey Atkinson. Timothy Edward Azimi. Stephen Backus. Leonard Byramai. Edward Baranowski. Sydney Benzaber. Amy Bernhard. Olivia Biolsi. David Bonato. Dalton Brown. Tyler Reese Brownstein. Aiden Buckler. Sydney Buckler. Samantha Mia Cabo. Madison Kikase. Jessica Ann Keiko. Olivia Camia. Anthony Carino. Evan James Carway. Matthew Joseph Cascio. Katarina Chow. Joseph Salento. Matthew Cipollone. Edmund Cleary. Rylan Cohen. Melissa Connors. Nolan Considine. Howie Conti. Brianna Cooligan. Devin Cooligan. Sam Cox. Samantha Lila Kreco. George Creighton. Jay Creighton. Caitlin Cristello. Emma Kukaj. James Curry. Rachel Dolling. At this point, I'd like to call to the podium former board member Michael Deanna to hand out the next diploma. Michael, wait, go back down. Kira Marie Deanna.
Great job, Kira.
Elizabeth Darcy. Ravi Das Jr. Marino DeRosa. Isabella Diaz. Mimi DiBicari. Evangelina Marie Durendi. Robert Diven. Tyler Diven. Colleen Donahue. Luca Francesco D'Orazio. Alex Dunn. Hayden Laura Dwyer. Ryan Eade. At this point, I'd like to call Stacy Elconin to the stage to hand out the next diploma. Sarah Elconin. Kiara Enamorado. Jordan Olivia Epstein. Emily Ann Esposito. Rebecca Fabry. Michael Anthony Falcone. Aiden James Farrell. Derek Farrell. Jillian Elizabeth Farrell. Danielle Falancia. Matthew Terrence Fitzsimons. George Forbes. Evan Furtura. Andrew Frigia. Andrew Fusco. Krista Gallagher. Jake Gannon. Lindsay Gill. Nora Gillette. Gretchen Gilroy. Ava Giudice. Kira Rose Goff. Alexander Goyoni. Christopher Goncalves. Jared Google. Jonathan Fernandez. Daniel James Gordon. Louis Graber. Nathaniel Owen Gunnels. Jack Timothy Healy. Liam Robert Healy. Charles Heath. Alexandra Hine. Nicholas James Herzegovich. Emily Horowitz. Matthew Horowitz. Brian Huang. Dylan Ingram. Rebecca Jandrasitz. Madeline Jen. Justice Damian Jeter. David Angelo Jockson. Rebecca Joe. Emily Julius. Ava Justo. Vivian Kalman. Our next diploma will be handed out by Mr. Phil Kavanaugh. Nolan Kavanaugh. Michael Keene. Luke Anthony Kennedy. Megan Marie Cairns. Zoya Karana. Liam Kim. Liam King. Brian James Cotman. Oh. Brian James Cotman. Sam Krynen. Caitlin Krug. Alex Kaczynski. Jessica Leahy. Patrick Flavin Leary. Jessica Lee. Timothy Lee. Roger Legere Jr. Carmelo Leone. Charles Franklin Lewis. Laura Lino. Kyler Linares. James LaPlaca. Grace Loretta Catucci. Jacob Lusthouse. Madeline Lyle. Sarah Maffei. Hannah Rose McGuire. Gracie Mahoney. Amanda Malkin. Astrid Manning. Xavier Marcus. Sinai Martin. Lauren McCartan. Katie McCooey. Peter McIntyre. Kira McMahon. Brendan McSweeney. Julia McSweeney. Calm McTiernan. Max Messina. Brian Miranda. Jack Miskowitz. Jake Mohan. Congratulations, Jake. Jessica Montesano. Sophie Moore. Jack Paul Garrett Morin. Caroline Elizabeth Moret. Taylor Morrissey. Anthony Moskides. Julia Munson. Elaine Murphy. Sarah Elena Murphy. Zane Murphy. Georgia Nikos. Ava Nikuch. Emily No. Jenna Norton. Daniel O'Brien. Rintaro Onishi. John O'Reilly. Joanna Ojek. Tyler Michael Ostrander. Matthew David Ouimet. Madeline Padavani. Andrew Palazzolo. Sophia Pappas. Gabriella Pafanis. Natalie Phelan. Connor Phillips. Mason Phillips. Daniel Andre Podleski. Jacob Poliski. Jake Polito. Salvatore Polaro. Ella Ponterio. Christina Prenny. Dean Priori. Alexandra Grace Puerto. Nicholas Puny. James Reynolds Ray III. M.C. Ramirez. Matthew Rennie. John G. Rep. Grace Riemann. Beatrice Rios. Anthony Rivera. Julia Rossi. Ava Rourke. Tatiana Rovetto. Joanna Rosone. Alexander Ruiz. Alexiana Rukai. Tegan Ryan. Christopher Enzo Salerno. Gabriela Santor. Luke Savino. Grace Scaglione. Rebecca Scanlon. Cameron Seeger. Jagger Siciliano. Emma Ann Sledzik. Donovan Smith. Spencer Solano. Holly Solomon. Sasha Ceresi. Juliana Spano. Hannah Stavola. Caitlin Stellwagen. Grace Stoner. Ava Svoboda. Stefan Carl Swee. Dean Sweeney. Nick Sylvester. Sharika Sabu. Tommy Tan. Alejandro Telez Calderon. Wyeth Thomas. Joseph Tiso. Nathaniel Traver. Anthony Tucci. Hester Turner. Lyndon Ulai. John Van Tassel. Brandon Velez. Xander Filion. Ashley Vukai. Emma Wachtel. Hannah Wachtel. Lauren Ward Willis. Alexa Waricha. Karen Watt. Stephen Weber. Ezra Weinstein. Lily Beth West. CJ Wiggins. Our next diploma will be handed out by current board member Chad Olson. Lydia Grace Wilkie Olson. Robert Wilkins. Jay Wilkinson. Grace Williams. Isabella Youngs. While they all make it back to their seats, I do try very hard to get every single student's name right, and I made one student a promise and I got it wrong, so I'm going to say it again. Nick Pooney. Congratulations to our class of 2023. Before we end our evening, we have one last tradition that we would like to go through. So I'm going to ask our president of the class of 2023, Lexi Fay, to the podium to lead us in our tassel turning ceremony and to address her classmates.
Good evening, graduates, families, faculty, staff, and friends. I'm honored to be standing here today giving the last speech of the evening as our senior class president, celebrating the class of 2023 and all our accomplishments. Congratulations to my fellow graduates. We finally made it. I know I'm the last speech and the only one standing between you and the after party, so I'll try to keep this short and sweet. First, let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that we made it to this day. I have known most of you for 13 years. From the early days in kindergarten to this monumental day of graduation, we have been privileged to grow, learn, and thrive in this wonderful community. For 13 years, we have been a part of something greater than ourselves. We've walked the same hallways, played on the same playgrounds, and sat in the same classrooms. We've watched our district evolve and transform through the years. Our journey started at Primrose, where we went to book fairs, ended up buying pointer fingers and invisible pens, but no books. We also fed baby chicks in incubators, and the highlight of our day was playing on scooters in gym class. Then we were off to S.H.S, where our only struggle was choosing a friend to pass around treats with on our birthdays. We can't forget walking the haunted hallway at the S.H.S birthday parties and the town meetings, spelling bees, and talent shows. How about pulling all-nighters, memorizing Wordly-Wise, only to find out that grade didn't even count? Then in middle school, we hung out at Rock and Jump, and the biggest event of the year was the 6th grade social. We also decorated lockers, traveled to DC, and wrote NaNoWriMos. Finally, we came to the high school. Our freshman and sophomore year didn't quite go as planned, but we made up for it our junior and senior years. We dressed up for Spirit Weeks, painted parking spots, and finished off the year at prom. And throughout it all, we formed unbreakable bonds with our teachers, classmates, and the entire community that has supported us. As I look into the crowd, I see 276 familiar faces. I see kids I went to preschool with, girls I've danced with since I was 4, and classmates I've spent hours with on Zoom. Somers, thank you for introducing me to the people I have made the most amazing memories with, and my lifelong best friends. As eager as we are to start the next chapter of our lives, we will miss it all, everything we've ever known. The mornings we debated skipping first period because we really needed Starbucks, the tricky dilemma of whether we should get Bobos or JV bagels during lunch, going to football games every Friday, and eventually traveling to Syracuse and winning states. We can't forget the endless nights we spent in our friends' basements, followed by a late-night trip to Cam's Deli. And the friends we spent hours driving around listening to music with, passing the same sights we've seen every day for as long as we can remember. We will miss this more than anything. I'm telling you now, nothing will be the same, never again. Although this change can be scary and intimidating, it's important to embrace the opportunities that come with it. After today, we will part ways and begin our lives in many different directions. The future is in our hands now, and I know each and every one of us will succeed in every endeavor we choose to pursue. I'd like to acknowledge our incredible faculty and staff. Thank you for challenging us, for inspiring us, and for never giving up on us, even when we didn't understand a single word you were saying. And to our parents and families, thank you for your unwavering support and for constantly excusing our absences. You truly deserve a standing ovation for being the world's greatest chauffeurs, chefs, and therapists. We couldn't have made it here without you. And a special thank you to my mom and dad for the love and guidance you've provided me. Mom, you are the most loving and selfless person on the planet, even though you made me write that. Thank you for not only being my mom, but my best friend. And Dad, despite all the dad jokes, you are always so full of wisdom and the best advice. Thank you for being my #1 supporter. I'm truly so lucky to call you my parents. Last but not least, I want to acknowledge our class board, the brains behind all the madness. We have put in countless hours organizing events and going through piles of permission slips. We couldn't have done it without you, Miss Coley, Miss Woolsey. Thank you for dealing with us every single Wednesday. And to my best friend, Phoebe, I'm so glad you pushed me to join the class board our sophomore year. Otherwise, I wouldn't be standing here today, and our social media accounts would not look as amazing as they do. In all seriousness, though, today is a momentous occasion. We're leaving behind the familiar and stepping into the unknown. It's scary, but it's also incredibly exciting. So, let's embrace the future with open arms, and remember that no matter where life takes us, we'll always have the memories of our time here. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2023. At this point, I would ask all of my fellow graduates to please rise and join me in the tassel ceremony, symbolizing that we've officially graduated from Somers High School. On the count of 3, please join me in moving your tassel from right to left. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Lexi. This concludes our commencement ceremony for the class of 2023. I would like to once again congratulate our seniors. We wish you the very best as you go forward into the next chapters of your lives, and we look forward to learning about all that you have accomplished. Remember, seniors, walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, walk on with hope in your heart, and you will never walk alone. At this point, I would ask our faculty to please line the center aisle. And as our final recessional plays, I'm going to ask Brian and Zoe to please lead us out. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Congratulations, class of 2023.